It's good, man.
Yes,
It's been a
sir.
minute. It's been a minute. How
In
y'all
a minute.
living?
It's been a minute.
Cool.
So I can't steal from you, so I'm not gonna call this nostalgia. What you call it about? That's nasty.
Nasty algae. Nasty. She just
Let me
called.
just say this, fellas. This is giving me known vibes, and feel me on this. This is Philly versus New York, but I think New York gonna get the ass kicked again. Like no shit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going. That was a great punchline because I did not know where you were. The setup was perfect. I didn't know where you were going.
I got one person winning this battle. We'll get into that in a minute from New York City. But let's set it off here with Lee LND versus BMB the Don. Let me just say this. I am not familiar with the brother BMB the Don. I just saw Easy the Block Captain and Austin on Twitter today going back and forth about Lee and D. I guess Lee and D just battled on Arsenal just judge or some shit like that. He got money or some shit like that. I don't know if you guys saw the exchange.
I just saw the clip.
Easy
I didn't see
Arsenal.
the full exchange. I saw they use on like some stage-ish thing. I've only seen Lee battle once. It's when he battled Muab. That's actually my first time seeing Muab. And I just remember Muab torching him. He choked every round. It was a 3-0 loss. So, I mean, the word is he's gotten better, and I think Easy's booked him a few times since then. So clearly he's trying to make him a product. But I haven't seen him do much of anything. But that's more than BNB to Don, who I've seen nothing from. So if I had to pick, I'll pick the guy I've seen. I think it's a look for Lee, but I got no call in this battle.
I'm with Smo there.
Yeah.
I got Lee battle. I'm not familiar with this brother. BNB the Dog. But guess what, BNB the Dog? If you win the battle, us three gonna give it up for you if you win the battle. So you know, shout out to you, brother. What you got, Lang?
Not same thing. I mean, I at least I've seen the other competitor before. You know what I'm saying? So, I hopefully this won't be one of those situations where like they rapping way over the time limit. Like hopefully they understand the assignment. You know, try to make a lasting impression and then keep it pushing from there. So,
okay, all right. Next battle, Muab versus Authentic. I'm gonna say this, Muab. I'm happy for Muab though. I'm glad the fact that he got away from the Philly area, went to the West Coast, had a dope battle NXT, fellas. I actually like the battle. It was a good back and forth for those brothers and stuff. I had Muab winning the battle 2-1, right? I like Authentic. He's cool. Authentic tried to tell me a couple years ago that he was a reincarnation of Sue Surf a couple years ago, Lang and Smo. Take that for what it's worth and everything like that. I'm kind of surprised Authentic is on this card because he was kind of defecating on Easy and them a while when he left the URL and everything like that. I'm kind of surprised that I don't know his situation with URL, but to see him over here is very interesting and everything. And I see people saying this is battle of the night. I don't know how you fellas feel about that. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm going to move up 2-1 clear, man. Momentum that he had come up NXT battle, trenches. I got to move 2-1, man.
Yeah, I mean, I see the aim for Battle of the Night because I think it's just the competitive aspect of it.
All right.
I also have Muab 2-1, but my only caveat is that I do feel like in the grand scheme of things, you could argue that Authentic is more battle tested in regards to going against like stiffer competition.
Okay.
Now, granted, he hasn't really won any of those like high quality, like high profile battles against JC, against Danny last year, or anything like that. I think his only major win was Jackboy Maine. But I do feel like Muab is just in a really good form right now. I think they kind of do I think they have similarities in the street talk. I would say that Authentic kind of leans more into the back-to-back punching bag a little bit with a couple of schemes here and there. So he'll try to be a little bit more bar heavy. But I do think that when Muab lands a bomb, it just completely just changes like the dynamic of the round and for the most part dynamic of the battle. You know what I'm saying? And I think his ability to connect with the audience while also having like pretty sneaky wordplay and bars here and there that you kind of catch on the watch back, I think that's going to give him enough to win the battle. So I got Walk 2-1 clear.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a matchup I like just because of the way that both of them rap. I think they're both super heavy into the flow and delivery. Overall, like that's what they emphasize. Right. So when you add the aggression to both of them really rapping, there's going to be like a smoothness to the battle. Like that's what we want to hear, smooth raps, like actually like delivering it as part of it. So, but for me, I'm going Muab 2-1 as well. He's got more momentum right now. We see a higher ceiling from him. While when Authentic came out of the top 6, he was already rated as like a low member. And I think that he's got, and I said it in my video, kind of like Mr. Wavy syndrome. Like, I think that if you look at the way he's performing and sometimes the way Authentic builds something up, you're like, hey, he's getting somewhere, but his content just don't be good enough. It's a lot of battles where, like, if you watched him on mute, he's cooking. But then you actually got to listen to some of that content. I just don't think it's the best look for him. So I got Muab 2-1, but I actually think it'll be a good look for both battlers because, you know, if you got someone's strength versus someone's strength, it's going to make it look better. I think trenches-wise, too, if it's the same kind of setting and energy from the first this after one card, there's a lot of things that'll make that battle good. But I don't think it's nothing too crazy. Like, I think it'll be a good fight the way Muab and Next was.
If Authentic beat him Muab, though, that's a good win for him if he gets his W, though, right, fellas?
Anything is a good W for him, all due respect. I think that his stock was like really down low for a minute. Now all of a sudden I'm seeing, and I know how it is, like guy goes from your other trenches. I see bloggers being like, he's actually slept on. Ain't none of y'all was watching Authentic battles. Like, I've been seeing y'all do that. That was because there is some decent work from Authentic. I'm not saying he's a complete low, but he's taken a lot of L's. Like it hasn't been the easiest come up. That's probably why, even though he stood up so much for URL, we're seeing him pop out where he can to get some work. So I applaud him taking his situation in his own hands if he's not getting booked. But he's gonna have to show me. He's been unimpressive so far.
Lang, you jacking this battle of the night talk? I see a lot of people saying. I saw more than 4 people saying this, brother. How you feel about it?
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like there's motivation there, and I feel like Muab at this point is just, you know, trying to make every outing a great one. And then I think Authentic kind of wants to put more respect on his name with this battle. And usually with battles where like there's like a same level there in terms of a competitive level there. I think there's like a lot of hunger there, so we might see one of the best Authentic performances in quite some time, maybe since like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? So
Jack Boy battle, the Jack battle. That you say?
Jack Boy, JC kind of timeline. So I would say like So
I was gonna say too, real quick before we get to the next battle. I was really hoping to see maybe King or Dre on this card too. You know, and I'm not. I do like parts of this undercard. We'll get to the parts I don't like when we talk more about the top of the card. But I really like what they've been doing. I know that kind of the roster is getting more limited now, you know. But and I know King's not going to be the type of guy that looks like to battle more than 5 times a year, which I'm not mad at. There's only 2 battles so far. I think any King battle automatically has my attention. I would have liked to have seen him or Dre on the card. I'm not mad at the card matchup, so I'm not making a big deal about it. But you know, Moog, Dre, and King, if that's all y'all really got pushing forward, put them on every card, man, because I want to see them all rap.
Small, what about Tex, though? Would you mind to see Tex? Well, we don't know the situation, right? We don't know.
Obviously, like, I want to see Tex, but he doesn't. I don't think he's with them anymore, regardless if the battles are up or not, which is a bad look for both of them. Like, they could. Tex should be there. Like, it is what it is. It's just, it happens all the time. But with what they got, they should keep pushing.
All right. The only New York battle rapper that I have on my chest out, Reed Dollars versus Cortez. Listen, man. I know every time Reed Dollars pops out, we went with a Rambo. Everybody wants to go to them old school bars. That's the first thing they want to do.
That was crazy.
Listen, the brother don't be winning no battles, man. I don't know if you brothers saw him and Jazz the Rapper on beat. I saw a snippet of it, and on beat, he sounds dope on beat. I would give Reed Dollars that his respect on that. But the brother don't be winning no battles, man. I don't know the last clear.
He hasn't. Wait, let's contextualize. He hasn't won battles recently. Okay.
All right. His last card. All right. Let's go. You do a bit. All right.
I'm a Reed fan.
The easy battle. Lost, right?
Yeah.
Give me some names here, fellas. I'm trying to remember now.
I'll put it like this: his last high profile win, in my opinion, and it was a 1-rounder, was Swamp. So that's a while ago. So I'll concede, but I'm just saying you gotta, you know, you're doing it right.
I'm considers Reed one of their top 5 favorite, like personal favorite battle rappers of all time. I love when Reed pops out and surprises people, like the Ill Will battle, the Rub Nitty battle, but it's a reason we call it surprises. He hasn't. He didn't beat Pass, whooped him. The Calico battle is garbage. I know people try to give it to him by default, but whatever. He lost the
Mook battle too. The Mook battle, they gave him the Mook win also, but I ain't the battle either.
K-Rock beat him so bad he had Reed beefing with Philly. I don't know what that was going on. So listen, I love Reed at his peak is one of my favorite battle rappers of all time, but it's been rough, and that's why even though a battle like this, I think a lot of these matchups are based on rapping ability. You know, it's a Philly versus New York card. You want people that's really going to go in there and flow. I could see why him and Core being such great, just pure rappers outside of battling, but it just had the product hasn't been good. So I got to agree with you there where I can see the vision for it. I don't think it's a bad matchup, but with the way if Reed just keeps rapping bad, like he was on this last nostalgia card versus Oomp, and Oomp whooped Reed Dollars, man. And I was like, no way you're about to lose to Oomp, let alone like dominantly, like got cleared out. So super duper disappointed in Reed. He looks completely unmotivated with battle rap. So I can't count on him to be motivated for any situation, even if this is advantageous for him. You got to go Cortez 2-1, if not 3-0. He just looked better.
And Lang, let me give you this also before you go, brother, before I pass you the ball to you. August 2nd, the brother battles Sharon.
Yeah.
August 10th, he battles Cortez. Hey, man, $3. I don't know what you want, brother. I don't got you below Sharon.
He already loses the Sharon battle. We already know that. I'm even more confident he might have a chance against Core. He's going to get killed by Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon on 30. I got Sharon on a 30 over $3. Let me just throw that out there.
We're collecting some checks, man.
What you about to say? Yeah, now the Sharon battle, that's gonna be bad both ways. Yeah. Sharon gonna come with 30 minutes of material. so I mean, yeah, you feel me? But yeah, nah, I think it's Cortez 2-1, clear. I would have liked this battle when Reed was in stride a little bit, like 2020, 2021. But yeah,
John Chess era.
Yeah, it's core 2-1. I actually like Core's year so far. Like even the ad battle I had him losing, but I still thought he was serviceable versus King as well too. And yeah, just the activity that Reed has around that battle just doesn't really make me confident in choosing him either. So yeah, that's gonna be a W on the board for NY for sure with Cortez.
That's the only confident one. And where do you guys rank Cortez and King for this year?
It's a good battle. I don't know if I have it in like the top 5 or top 10 like I had it earlier on in the year, but it's still a good battle. I think that battle got moved out once. Well, I wouldn't say exactly, but I would say that like people are talking more about King versus Danny than they are King and Cortez at this point in time. So
Yeah, the King and Cortez to me is still a good bet. You could still debate that it's battle of the night from that first. It depends on you again because it's more important. But King and Cortez a closer battle, but it's still a good look for his year. I just don't think it's up in like them combos as the year went on.
And I know Cortez battles Ill Will on July 26th.
Yeah.
On an Now or Never card, and then he battles. Interesting to
Cortez
see.
battling Ill Will. What's that? The Pittsburgh joint?
Yeah, no, that's in New York. In fact, in Brooklyn.
It's in Brooklyn, but I think the dude who runs it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of matchups over there. I see what they're doing.
Yeah, a big card for that one also. Rosenberg Raw versus Oomp. I love Oomp. No, we just spoke about him beating Reed Dollars. I don't think that's going to be the same outcome like he did against Rosenberg Raw. And I think Oomp also battles on that school card. He battles Jay Murder, I believe, on the 26th.
Yeah.
Like that. To beat Rosenberg Raw, though, man, it's going to be hard for me to pick
Oomp. This very much gives me the vibe of when Jag battled Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? It's similar in that, like, Oomp is kind of, I wouldn't consider him industry, but he's for sure like more outside of the culture. But he's a great pure rapper. Go ahead.
You were saying that at the time when Rosenberg battled Jag had more reps, I think.
No, for sure, 100%. So, but I'm just saying from the standpoint of like, obviously Oomp not really a traditional battle rapper, right? And obviously Rosenberg's a little bit more battle tested. I think the safe bet is to go Rosenberg. But I will say sometimes Rosenberg, is certain, especially the True Foe battle, I felt like he has gears where he's delivering really potent stuff. And other times I just don't know what he's doing. I felt the same way when he battled Arsenal, on the Full Circle joint. So hopefully he doesn't come in there sleepwalking, because I feel like Oomp, regardless of his experience in the ring or not, is 100%. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going Rosenberg 2-1. But I wouldn't be surprised if Oomp, takes a round or makes the battle close, So
okay.
Yeah, no, I got Rosenberg too. It's definitely the safe bet. And I think the difference between him and like the Reed and Oomp matchup is like I can count on Rosenberg to try. Even if he like is at a reserve level or isn't like firing at 100%, I know that he's not gonna do what Reed does, where Reed just like will show up 2 rounds or will show up and rap for like 50 seconds a round. So it's just a tougher matchup against a pro who you just know is gonna be more consistent and gonna show up. But I will say every time, and it's obviously it's sparing that we see Oomp rap, but when he does, man, I ain't never seen him just be bad. Like, every time I see him battle, he's been.
K Walker, when he battled K Walker, right? When he battled K Walker, he was pretty good against K Walker, right?
And even when he's in the ciphers, like even though they're ciphers, some of that be the what was it that he had the two O's in the backpack? You can't
spell school without it.
Hit the battle, like the stuff that he raps, I don't think is just good for like rapping. Like I think he can battle with it. He's proven that now at least a couple of times. So if Rosenberg is at like 70%. I think like there's a world he could do that and could beat Oomp. But if he is like that reserved or even kind of the level he was in the true foe battle, it wouldn't shock me if Oomp raps anything like he did versus Reed. He could edge a victory in that situation. But I think Rosenberg going to be even better than the true foe battle. I think this situation suits him a little more. I think he was on him versus Mike was on that first Philly versus New York card, right?
Yeah.
Shows up, he's just going to win the battle. I really liked him in that battle. So I'm going Rose 2-1, but I've gained respect for Oomp. I don't think he's just going to be like no super duper walkover. I just think Rose is a pro.
Lang, if Oomp gets a W, is that an upset in your opinion? Or Rose?
Yeah. But I think that people will say that Oomp is nice anyway. So I think there's a lot of respect on this name. But realistically, yeah, that would be an upset. So
okay. Bill Collector versus Snake Eyes. Listen, Snake Man, you my guy, but damn, brother, that was tough to watch you get your ass whooped against R&B, real name Brandon, bro. That was tough, man. Like a dirty ball, in my opinion, and everything like that. You know what I mean? I gotta go Bill Collector, man. I gotta go Bill Collector too. I understand the bounce back battle. I get all that. You better bounce back. But I can't pick you to be Bill Collector right now, Snake. You my guy. I know you're gonna see this and get pissed off and say, "3, what the fuck you talking about?" Cool, my guy. You gotta prove it to me, my nigga. I got Bill Collector 2-1 clear, man. And shout out to Bill Collector also. I saw his freestyle that he has. I hope he does that more often and stuff like that. But I got BC Billiano, man, 2-1 clear.
You gotta take on it.
Yeah, I got Bill Collector 2-1 clear as well too. I was very disappointed in the performance against Real Name Brandon. Like, I just feel like every time he has like a really good battle, really good performance, he just can't string them together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I thought this. I don't know. I'm not trying to go on a tangent here, but I will say, yeah, because the people swear that we hate Snake Eyes and we don't. We actually like his performances, but I will say that this is just a mismatch in general. Even though I'm not big on, or I wouldn't say big, but even though I don't feel like Bill is in like his best form right now, like I didn't really think that he was that good versus Fonz. I thought he was okay. When he is clicking on all cylinders and he's getting into like the multisyllabics and he's like chaining punches together, he's just hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's just a style match, mismatch for Snake Eyes. So yeah, I got Bill Collector 2-1. They're both charismatic, but the difference is I just feel like, Bill Collector is more potent when it comes to the actual material. So
I think the last time Bill was on Trenches, he battled Bad News, right? Am I right on that?
He was electric. He was electric.
And I look at Snake kind of like as Bad News in terms of one of those guys that top tiers never want to lose to. Like people always like put beat on Bad News, even if they really didn't have to. It's a lot of top tiers are like, damn, they really bugged out on Bad News because nobody wants to be the guy. Because similar to what Bad News was, a Snake Eyes will be all up in the media talking crazy. He could win one battle out of 10. He's gonna talk stupid when he wins that one battle, as he should. You know what I mean? So people don't want to give into that energy. So even though I think both of them have kind of been struggling lately, I don't think it's been the best version of either of them.
Right.
I'm trying to remember the last time I seen Bill battle, but I know the JC battle didn't go too well.
The Fonz battle this year.
Will battle didn't go too well. He was better versus Fonz, but I had Fonz kind of clearly beating him there too. So he's kind of been like losing against real comp recently. And then as for Snake Eyes, he's done some good things this year. He's done some terrible things this year. It's kind of like a regular Snake Eyes year. So I know that there's kind of, talking about a bounce back battle, but you could debate that's for both of them. And due to the way that Bill handled the Bad News battle, when I thought it was a little bit of a weird time for him, I just think he'll win. I got Bill Collector 2-1. I would not be shocked if Snake Eyes made it debatable, just because that's how inconsistent both of them have been. But he's coming off a Real Name Brandon loss. It's hard to bet on someone after doing that. So I got Bill Collector 2-1. I think it'll be a cool battle, but I'm looking to other battles to be battle of the night.
Are we? The locale, right? I mean, y'all care about this in New York City. Doesn't matter where these battles are at. I don't think it's an advantage for New York at all. No matter where this battle is going to be at, I don't see the advantage at all. You know what I mean, for these cats, man. But it is what it is. Main event: Easy the Block Captain versus Head Ice. I love a whole fries. Love a whole fries. What y'all brothers got, man? Set it
No,
off.
I was gonna say it just. I think it's hard to believe that Easy couldn't have found another NY matchup. Um, Then again, I mean, I'm pretty sure sooner or later he's gonna do like a space where or not a space, go on his show and kind of explain why or how him and Head Ice end up, being inked or whatever. But
He was on the top
very
10 song, man. Yeah, that's the reason why he's gonna tell us.
anyway, still out of left field. Did not see this coming. Not really enthused about the battle, and I think the main reason why I'm not enthused about it is because I feel like when it comes to Easy, particularly when he goes against competition that he doesn't really outside of the Swamp battle, but like when he goes against competition that he doesn't really like respect to the fullest, he usually doesn't battle to his maximum capacity. Like you can catch him in certain situations where he just didn't really take someone seriously, or didn't or underestimated his opponent. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like these usually backfire on him. Like I think that.
Give me more context behind that.
Yeah, so like I feel like he kind of underestimated. Now, granted, there was a situation occurred, so whatever. But like, the Clips battle,
he on Battle Academy, he took Big T real serious. I was shocked.
In Philly, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying the Clips battle is an example of that, or the time that he took John, and he was actually like a favorite to win, or even the situation where he took Suge and thought that he was just going to walk through him in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like there's a pattern sometimes where like he'll take an opponent and he'll kind of like I don't know, like I just don't like the matchup because I don't know if you'll actually come correct. And then on the Head Ice end, I just really haven't been enthused by like the Head Ice performance for quite some time. And that's no slight to Head Ice, but like it's like for every performance, a good performance he gives you, it takes like several other ones until he gives you another one, So I just don't like the matchup. I don't think they have much to say to one another. I mean, obviously Head Ice has something to say to Easy. I mean, what is there not to say to Easy? But I just don't think that it'll make for a good battle or a good main event for that matter. So I do got Easy 2-1. Hopefully, he has a good performance because having a debatable with Head Ice is, especially if he's not even like having a great performance, is not a good look. So,
yeah, I don't like this matchup at all. A lot of negative feelings. Doesn't make me happy. Doesn't make me smile. I'm gonna give Easy a little bit of bail because we've already heard all these other big New York names that could have been thrown out too.
DNA.
There was Matt Hoffa. You know what I'm saying? Like certain names like that where there's a high chance. And if I had to guess that Head Ice was not the first, second, maybe not even the third option for this card.
Okay.
But I know how battle rap cards be. You got to throw something together. But the optics are just tough when you have this twerk Easy topic so high, and then Head Ice pops out of nowhere. But Easy the Block Captain is going to win this battle. I do agree that since, there has been battles that I was for sure he was going to win and he didn't, that, I am a little bit more worried, because of things like the Clips matchup, the Suge matchup, things like that. But I just think I think he's better than Head Ice at everything right now. And I even think if Head Ice was at his best, which I have not seen like a very good Head Ice performance in years. But let's go back to like Big K on King of the Dot. Or like Head Ice versus Av. Some people like that, right? Even if Head Ice
Patch Stay. I love Head Ice, but Patch Stay was a very
that's going, way back.
That's going 2013.
I still think Easy would beat like that level of performance. I just think he's going to be a lot more tailored. I just think he's going to rap a lot better. I think some people are saying I like the matchup because Head Ice isn't going to OD on the angles. He better use all the angles because he doesn't use that. This is nothing to watch, to be honest with you. I don't think you can go bar for bar with him, angle for angle with him. I just don't see a world where Head Ice wins this. I know people are like, oh, well, it's Ice in New York. It could be in New Mexico, New Hampshire. It could be New Zealand for all I care. I think Easy the Block Captain. I don't see how he loses this battle. I would be bamboozled if he did. But some people, I will say, they're saying it's the last call on the top tier track. I guess if that's what the reason that we're running behind, his fans got to say something.
He's gonna run small. You know, Easy's gonna run with that though, brother. He's gonna run.
Here's
With
the
that.
one thing I will say is I'm expecting Easy to be really good though. So I'm not happy about the matchup at all. But let's say he takes a couple of big battles before the end of the year after this. Maybe it'll just be like, well, there's that head ice battle. At least he did really good in the battle. Because it's nothing about his performance. I just think he's can crushing. I don't think Ice can beat him in 2025. So I got Easy clear with maybe performance of the night.
Yeah, I was gonna say for Head Ice, I mean, I think he needs to tap into like the JC performance that he had during the tournament, or the app performance where he's showing charisma and he's not just like, I don't want to say that like we don't understand him, but like there's times where like I don't know where he's going when he's like rapping. It don't even necessarily be like, he's saying a reference that I don't understand. It's just like he'll go a direction, but I don't know like what was the purpose of what he of the line, So hopefully he can be a little bit more coherent in the battle. And yes, use the angles, be explosive. And I think that you could talk from like an OG perspective, and a lot of New York people would respect that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I don't know. He has stuff to his disposal.
I got Easy 2-1. I hear you brothers saying he should take the angles though. But do we trust? It's almost like when Suge battled Slade. People thought Suge was going to take these angles against Kid Slade, and he didn't really do a good job with the angles and stuff.
Suge was fire. I mean, I get it. Some people give Slade that battle, but I thought Suge got busy versus Kid.
Suge got busy? Okay. Even Tay-Rock to a degree. They didn't really
that's a better. Yeah, I'm with you.
Tay-Rock and everything. I don't know if Head Ice is a person that's going to really... He's going to have a few Remy bars. They might be more comical than jaw-breaking, in my opinion, and everything like this. And the thing about Head Ice is this. I know people say he has his own style, right? But sometimes it is hard for me to, understand everything. What is that? Why is that going with this? And maybe that's his own style, right? I get it. But I would say this, Smoke. If Head Ice beats Easy the Block Captain, what are you brothers going to be saying? If Head Ice walks into New York City and 2-1 Easy the Block Captain clearly, and the general consensus had this man beat Easy the Block Captain, what is the headline the next day, fellas?
And I know any Easy debatable or anything where Easy lost or debatably lost, it's always going to be a topic. Like, I do agree that since he's such a polarizing figure, when he does good, he gets all the love. When he does bad, he gets all the hate at the same time. But that would be the most embarrassing one yet. And there's been battles where he's been favored, like versus John or Suge, and people give him hell. But like those are like Hall of Fame who in recent times, like they'll have their dips, but like in very recent times, they've been at the top of their game or been one of the top of the year. You know what I'm saying? So even that's more of a grudge where you're going to get like there's bragging rights. But the Head Ice battle, I just think that this is like this is a lot like the Big T battle. Like imagine if he had lost the Big T battle with me, you'd just be shocked. And then a couple more things with Ice. Hopefully, if he can condense his material. I thought the JC battle, now that you brought it up, made me think of it. He was good versus JC because I thought he kind of stuck to those time limits he had to. It's when Ice gets in them like 9-minute rounds and he'll say something fire, and then we'll take a walk this way and we'll walk through the woods this, and then we'll come back to a fire bar, and then we'll take a stroll up this way and talk about anything. Because, I mean, this guy just lost to Hollow Man in the last Nostalgia card.
He did.
Hollow Man. He lost the Hollow Man. So it's like he can lose the Hollow Man nowadays. There's so many different reasons that he shouldn't be Easy. I'd look like a hater if I kept naming them. So I just hope that he's good, though. People tend to bring their better versions for themselves versus Easy, whether they lose or whether they win. So I'm hoping the Ice is decent. I just don't see a world that's competitive.
Lang is Easy picking and choosing his battles at this juncture of his career right now.
He's always been selective with the battles that he won and shoot. But like Smo mentioned, I guarantee this probably wasn't the first choice.
Agree.
But yeah, man, like I don't know. I just stylistically, I don't really care for the matchup. I do feel like there was other NY people he could have battled that would have made more sense. I was kind of hoping that it was DNA because I thought that DNA was talking spicy and actually like that matchup, and the fact that they were actually supposed to battle in 2021. So like, there's a little bit of like a foundation there. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of sold on that being the battle, if anything. But this is where we're at.
Fellas, Smo, would you be surprised if the content between Ice and Easy just drug bars and street talk 80% of the conversation?
I mean, yeah, I think that some people that might even be what they're looking forward to with it. I'm not mad at it because I think people are very dramatic about the opinions on Easy, like the content of Easy battle. They shouldn't use it, or it's not fair to use the angle. And like people argue about other shit before you even get to the bars. They're arguing about the philosophy. So to take that out, I do think it'll be pretty cool to just see like a bar for bar battle where we're not talking about the same topics after the battle.
Right.
So it'll be pretty cool for the field. But even in that department, like I get that Ice is one of the originators really of that type of talking battle rap, but it's just a different year, you know, and some people are doing it at a different level. So, you know, I guess that'll make the battle a little more cool, but I think that plays into Easy's favor even more, to be honest with you.
Well, Loaded Lux co-signs Head Ice and attributes Head Ice a lot of love and kudos his way about his rap style and everything like that. Is this the battle we see Remy Ma pop out for the first time on stage, fellas? Be live
that would be funny, wouldn't it? This is the one time that she's like, I'll pop out for this one. Like, maybe, you know, I'm not sure because I still think it's going to be, you know, I like how the Trenches run themselves as a production, even though I've been critical of like a few parts of this card, which I think is totally fair. I like that it's going to be like a 3.5, 4 hour card. You know, like when Easy has like a smaller card like this, like he'll run through it in that amount of time. So for all those reasons, I'm looking forward. I still think it'll be a solid event, but there's some people that are like, this card is fire. It's a total, you know, like I think it's a cool card. And I'm just hoping that a couple people, you know, any card that's streamed is an opportunity to be the talk of the week. So somebody on this card has to take that opportunity and be the main talking point from the live stream. So I'm excited to see who does that.
Okay. Anything else you guys got? Anything you want to talk about that just on your chest, battle rap related?
I'm trying to think, man. I think that we got Wody coming up, right? I think that's
today.
I thought that we were gonna be overlapping with it, but I'm seeing that it's going down Wednesday. I'm sure, you know, I'm seeing the ladies, I'm seeing 40 and official. We're going back and forth type crazy. I don't know where that was from. Obviously, Jazz has been telling everybody, you know, you're my daughters, you're my sons in this, however you want to refer to it. And there's so God forbid she goes and was to get the award, you know what I'm saying, is one of the top contenders. I'm sure Wednesday is going to be the same thing. It'll be crashing. So I don't know. You guys got any bold takes for Rody coming up, man? Anybody got to find a pick who they're winning?
Well, I was just gonna say, man, I feel like it comes down to, I guess, the kind of the self-proclaimed and culture-proclaimed big three. You know what I'm saying? I think it comes down to those ladies. I'm just excited to see who's going to be the first lady to win too.
Because somebody's got to, right? They all got one.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it's like the ladies that are in position to win two are also in position this year to win again. Like except that I feel like Hustle took a major dip with the T-top battle. You know what I mean? So I feel like that kind of like, I wouldn't say knocks her out of contention, but it's for sure like a ding for her. But if you look at Coffee's year, Jazz year, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what they still have in the docket is just like Vixen too, because I just got a good one with Ab. I didn't get a chance to see.
I didn't get to watch that small Vixen Vixen versus
Vixen Ab. I didn't get to. I heard the streamers must have family in town throughout the weekend too, but I got to sit back for all that the getaway.
Let me get your brother's take on this because I spoke to Official last week, right? And she brought up a great point, Lang and Smo. Brothers, we might just like about 10 females involved in this shit.
You have
to. It's going to be 15 ladies, though, Smo, Lang.
You have to. The activity has dropped tremendously, and even you kind of saw like a hit of that even last year. If you look at like, you know, the people that were picking like the 10 to 15 spot. Not to slight those ladies, but like obviously the production from like 2021, 2022 is much different preceding that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even going into the last year of voting, we'll probably be talking about a top 10 as opposed to a top 15.
Okay. Yeah, there's just not enough. Even some of the names on there probably got some flawed years. That's how low it's been. Where, it would be hard to make a top 10 and not mention 40, and that's even considering the year 40 bars had last year. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to get to a point where I could see a world they just start looking at their resumes and like who's at least doing it at a pro level. You know, so it'll be confusing, but we'll see. And one of those ladies is going to have bragging rights. I think whoever wins will play a factor in Jazz and Hustle if we end up getting it. If Jazz gets it, I think we can officially put that battle to bed. I think Hustle would at least need to win this bill to make that make sense. So, there will be good debate. The usual chaos. I'm looking forward to that. And then the Shines card, right? That's the only other thing I saw out here. Which I love the interview we did with you. I think that's more transparent. I think that's the best Shine interview I've seen in a minute. I understand the things he said. Understand why some things got backed up. So I still think the card is, the match was crazy. But as long as he's fire for 3 rounds, it's probably the last thing that he could secure at this point. That's because the fact he said his homie was unimpressed with his material when he was talking to you.
Yeah.
I don't care what the situation is, how bad he fumbled it. Shine still needs to be fire in his return. But besides that, I think we're just waiting on announcements, man. There's not too much else going on out here.
We got adverse TBL announcement. That was,
With TBL, yeah. Oh, that's what Arsenal. We got Arsenal, Jazz, right? What else we have? The Hitman Mook, of course. I mean, I can't wait.
Hollow and Swamp, which is like, it's good on paper, but when you look at their form, it's like, it's cool names, but have they really been rapping good lately? Like, where I love the matchup, I'm a little, but I still think it's name worthy. I mean, it's Hollow and Swamp. It's not bad.
Yeah. Battle Academy, guys. What do you think about Battle Academy this weekend?
It's a cool card. I mean, I like the fact that he's making an appearance against News. News is just getting like plates. You know what I'm saying? He's just getting plates. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, News, I love you, my dude, but come on, bro. Nitty about to spaz on you, especially Nitty. Just the Jalen Nightwing battle. Some people had issues with that. The bounce back for this brother, man. News, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a rough night for you, bro. The news bars that Nitty about to flip with your name that probably never heard before. The way he shoves this shit up. Is Charlie Clips gonna battle this weekend? He didn't battle against
She. I tell you what, that was, I think, a few battles they just didn't do because it was so late at night, which is crazy for an event to do. Imagine you show up for the main event, they're like, it's too late, we're just gonna do it another time. That's kind of insane, OSBL. I ain't gonna lie. But what's the one battle on that Battle Academy card that I think
got Top 4 Luke versus Charlie Clips.
And then I think it's Sharon and Bill is like the one like battle on that card. And I got Sharon winning that battle. But that could be crazy. That could be really crazy going down in Philly. I'm not mad at Sharon and
Bill.
Yeah. All right. My brothers, I appreciate y'all as always, man. When TBL announced the whole card, though, we gotta break that down too and stuff like that.
It's all open at all the leagues. Like right now, this end of the summer, people are just waiting on those bombshells. We all know that there's some missiles getting loaded up. There is gonna be
okay, so you're aware. There's a
real quiet now. So whoever gets there first, you'll see a domino effect after. But we'll wait in the meantime.
Summer Madness coming. That's I'm gonna leave it there. Summer Madness is coming, And boy, oh boy, it's gonna be some missiles launched from what I heard and some of that. But we're gonna leak that right now. I can't wait when they drop that card and everything like that, though. But obviously, I'm hoping Jay the Nightwing is on the TBL card, though. I hope he's on that card and everything like that. I don't know who else you guys want to see on that card also.
I just know that in this back end of the year, I do want to see Fonz and some major plates. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're supposed to do against Bill, against John. I would like to see him versus Rock happen this year. Maybe him versus Twerk this year. I just want to see him get fed because I feel like last year he got a couple big matchups with Hustle and Geechee, but like I'm waiting for like them to like, okay, like boom, like we're giving you plate after plate after plate. We got the John one and that was good, but I don't know. I just kind of want him to get a couple more plates before the year is out.
All right. Well, like I said, when TBL drops their card, I want to get you fellas back up here. We can break this down and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all brothers as always, man. You already, man. Shout out my brother Lang. Shout out my brother Smo. Y'all know the